No, I love my daughter. It's a lot of responsibility that you never think about, though. Like, you got to name your kid. That's a big deal right there. And you know what's amazing to me? You can name your kid anything you want. Isn't that incredible? There are no laws. There should be a couple of laws. None. You can literally name your kid anything. You can name your kid a name with no vowels if you want, like Singleton. Just 40 F's, that's his name. Go clean your room. Some people name their kids a word like sunshine or battery or whatever. I'd like to name my kid a whole phrase, you know, something like ladies and gentlemen. That would be a cool name for a kid. This is my son, ladies and gentlemen. Then when he gets out of hand, I get to go, ladies and gentlemen, please! But you got to be careful what you name your kid. You do have to be careful because what happens is other kids in school are going to make fun of them. They're going to make fun of their name. And you don't have to give them a weird name because they can do it with any name. Kids are geniuses at that. Any name, they take it, they go Louie Screwy, Joey Blowy, Mike, your mother's a dyke, whatever. They find a way, these kids. Any name, what's your name? Eric, you fucking asshole. See, just like that. Lightning speed these kids got. What's your name? Joe, eat a bag of shit, cunt face. You see, just like that. I was changing my daughter the other day, and she's too old for diapers now, but she's still in them, and it's bad because this kid does not poop. This kid craps. This is not okay anymore. I was changing her diaper the other day. It was like a 48-year-old alcoholic man's shit in her diaper. Like, she was out all night drinking Jaeger, and she went to Denny's and got a Grand Slam. Ate half of it, got in a fight in the parking lot, and passed out in a Pontiac and shit herself. And her friends drove her home with the windows open and dumped her on my lawn. And now I gotta clean it. And it's crazy. And you can't even react. You can't go like, what the fuck? That's disgusting. You'll fuck them up about their own shit. You gotta be nice. You open her diaper, it's just chaos in there. It's just bananas. It's just, every shit amazes me. I'm never used to it. Everyone, I'm like, okay, wow, what is that? You have been eating diarrhea for a week, I think. Because that's awful. But you can't. You gotta be like, you just go, oh, wow. You really got something there, honey? That's really something. That's really okay. Well, all right, let me scrape that off your knees for you. Just get it down off your back. Just get all this hazmat in one place. Wipe you down. Clean your tiny vagina at the end. Who knew that was going to be my life? I had no idea that my relationship to the vagina was going to be cleaning shit out of a tiny one several times a day. They don't tell you that. When you're getting ready to be a dad, nobody pulls you aside and says, you have to clean the vagina a lot because every time she takes a shit, it goes straight up her twat. They don't tell you that. And they should. It's a big part of being a dad. It's bigger than Christmas. It happens every day. And you got to get it right, front to back. It's very important. The other day I was in New York City with my kids. And I got 2 of these fucking things. Remember that, please. 2 of them. And we're in the crowded streets. I got this one here, the 2-year-old. She can walk, but she won't. She's a bullshitter. So I'm carrying her. And she weighs like 20 babies, this kid. She's tiny, but she's got the density of a dying sun. I don't understand how she's this heavy. It feels like a fat raccoon holding a bowling ball. That's what she feels like. And the pain in my shoulder is intense. And it's sending signals to my brain like, you don't love her, just drop her. She doesn't matter. Just let her die. So I'm fighting that on this side. I got the 5-year-old like this. I hope it's her. I haven't looked back in about an hour. I'm just dragging somebody tiny. Just through many strangers' thighs. Briefcase corners are hitting her in the temple. I don't give a shit. I'm in a hurry because my pocket's vibrating and my wife's calling to see where I am, even though she sent me to do this shit. And I'm yelling into my pocket like she can hear me. I'm fucking coming! Shut up! And this one is talking the whole time. The whole time. With a tiny voice 2 feet off the ground. What, am I gonna listen to this shit? Really? What, am I gonna take a knee every 2 seconds? What's that, sweetie? Go ahead, what's that? What? Excuse me, sir. Go ahead, it's fine. Yeah, sometimes dogs are brown. That's very true. Good thing I didn't miss any of that shit coming out of your stupid face. It's a weird selection process that we have. Dating really is how we evolve as dating. It's how we choose each other. And dating is a real drag for a lot of people, but I always think it's a nice thing. You know, when I see a date, I'm always happy. When I see a couple on a date, because it means people are still trying, you know? You see a couple on a date, it means there's still courage out there. That takes courage to go on a date, for both sides. Two very different kinds of courage. The male courage, traditionally speaking, is that he decided to ask. He went up to a random woman who he has no idea if she's gonna like him or not, and he walked up to her, terrifying. Everything in your body's telling you, just go the fuck home and jerk off, don't do this. But he walked up and said, hi, yes. And she's like, no, give me a second. And you try to get through this membrane of, you know, and then if it works and you say, you want to go out sometime? Sometimes she'll say yes. And if she says yes, that's her courage. And the courage it takes for a woman to say yes is beyond anything I can imagine. A woman saying yes to a date with a man is literally insane and ill-advised. And the whole species' existence counts on them doing it. And I don't know how do women still go out with guys? When you consider the fact that there is no greater threat to women than men. We're the #1 threat to women. Globally and historically, we're the #1 cause of injury and mayhem to women. We're the worst thing that ever happens to them. That's true. You know what our #1 threat is? Heart disease. That's the whole thing. That's it. Just our own heart going, dude, you can't keep doing this. I told you 3 strokes ago that this is not smart. But women still think, yeah, I'll go out with you alone at night. What are you, nuts? I'll get in your car with you with my little shoulders. Hi, where are we going? To your death, statistically. How do they still do it? If you're a guy, try to imagine that you could only date a half bear, half lion. And you're like, oh, I hope this one's nice. I hope he doesn't do what he's going to do. I love when I see a date. You know, you see a date, you can tell it's the first date because the way they're walking together, and she's looking up at his face, trying to figure him out, and he's just a mess. A guy in a first date has no actual personality. He's just a mishmash of different kinds of dudes for a couple of seconds each. Just anything. No cohesive, just like a ransom note cut out of a lot of magazines. Just, yes, I think so too. Whatever, just like a blind dick in space, just thrusting in infinite directions, hoping to find pay dirt at some place. And then sometimes you see a date that's later down the line and something has happened. There's something that happens in a date that I never get to witness, because women do this. They get to do it inside. They get to just decide quietly, I'm gonna let him fuck me. They just get to decide. Something he says, and she's like, that was good, he's gonna fuck me later. And he has no idea. He's still like trying all this shit. He still has no idea he's already in there.
Well, I think life is pretty, I don't think it's so awful. I mean, I don't think you should expect anything to go well. I think the only thing you have coming to you, after you're born, the only thing you have really coming to you is death. That's the only thing that you're owed.
You're owed.
And the
only
rest
thing
of it
you
is
can-
whatever
yeah.
you get lucky enough to dodge the buses that can hit you and stuff, you know.
Right.
But I think the world the way it is better than it could be. I think that you know, there's war and there's murder, but there's not as much as there could be. Really. There could be so much more. Like when I see a crowd of people like at Disneyland or something, I'm like, how are they not killing each other all the time? Like, how are there not like 50 murders every day at Disneyland? Just people with knives just going, could you just move? You know, just little, just... When I hear like a man was murdered, I'm like, sure he was. People get...
There's no horror. There's no, oh my God, a man was murdered.
I'm upset for him, blah, blah, his family, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I was, once I saw a homeless guy at a bus stop, and he looked really wretched, and there was a woman next to him with a purse, and in my head I was saying to him, murder her, what are you, just murder her and take the money. You're homeless. Life is kicking you in the balls every day. Start murdering and eating well. Like, why wouldn't you do that?
Sounds very reasonable when you say it.
This week is testing week at schools. So,
I hear a lot about that. Yep.
Yeah. So there did 3 days of extensive standardized testing.
And what are the consequences of the standardized testing?
Well, the way I understand it, if a school's kids don't test well, they burn the school down. So it's pretty high pressure.
A lot of pressure on the kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the tests are written by people that nobody knows who they are. It's very secretive. And the questions are, because they have to prepare for these tests for a long time. A lot of the year is about the tests.
Teaching for the test.
Teaching to the test, they call it, because they decided there's a new way kids should think, and we're going to prove they're thinking it by having them pass these tests, or we burn the school down. So, anyway, my kids kind of panic when they're in these, you know, which is okay. You know, my mother was a math teacher, and she taught me that moment where you go, I don't know what this is when you panic. That means you're about to figure it out. That means you've let go of what you know and you're about to grab onto a new thing.
That's great.
That you didn't know yet. So I'm there for them in those moments, and I go, come on, just look at the problem. And then I look at the problems, and it's like, you know, Bill has 3 goldfish. He buys 2 more. How many dogs live in London? Or something like that. So,
Wow. That's crazy. Well, you better notify the fire department.
that's right.
New York is such a part of your show.
Yeah, I love it.
And the way you depict New York, you must go crazy for this town.
I do, because there's all sides of the spectrum here, you know. Sometimes you're I have children here, too, so sometimes you're in a park and there's pigeons, and then there's an old lady masturbating or whatever. I'm saying that's one side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Well, you know how it is when you're looking at pigeons.
Yeah. They're pretty erotic.
Worked up.
Well, she fed all her bread to them, and there was nothing left, so she started to masturbate for them. She's doing it for the pigeons.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry. Part of it was I wanted to cut out the middleman. That's an exciting idea.
Yeah.
I make a show, I literally output it on my MacBook, and you watched it on your iPad. That was exciting to me.
Yeah, sure.
But here's the thing. When you cut out the middleman, you deal with the customers directly.
Are you really dealing with the customers?
Well, I don't. I mean, I read some of the emails I get. And like one guy wrote to me after I was on the air for 3 weeks, and he said, I'm still on the fence about trying your show. I don't know if I want to spend the $5. So can you write me an email and try to convince me to watch your show? And I'm like, you know, take your $5 and shove it up your ass. I'm mad. Because
Dancing is a terrible career choice. You like watching it, but you think it's a terrible career
the
choice.
worst available career choice.
What are you talking about?
A massive amount of dedication followed by giving up. That's what they all have to give up. Because
What are you talking
there's
about?
like 3 dance jobs on the planet Earth. And there's no second tier. Like any other, even a musician, even being a musician and not there, what are you doing? Don't be a musician. That's a stupid thing to do for a living. But if it doesn't work out the way you wanted, you can look at these. You've got these guys here. These guys. Okay.
What are you talking about?
No.
Louis.
No, just to be clear, what I'm
Louis,
saying.
you know these guys.
What I'm saying is that if you're a dancer and you're the greatest dancer ever, nobody gives a shit, first of all. I mean, because everybody dances. And then how many millionaire dancers are there?
I don't know.
You can dance for like 2 seconds at your peak. You got to give up. You know, I mean, stripping, you can strip, but you don't need to go to Alvin Ailey to learn to do that.
Yeah.
That's a good career choice.
Right.
Being a stripper.
And sometimes people ask me for pictures, and I don't like doing it.
What? No, why not?
Well, I know you're just supposed to. You're supposed to go, oh, well, you know, the fans, but I just go, no, I don't want to do it.
Right.
So it just makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But one time, like, so I always try to be nice how I say no. I go, oh, you know, but thank you,
Sure.
you know, okay. So I was coming out of a restaurant once, and these two women are standing there, and I hear them say, picture. So I go, oh, no, I'm sorry. I just don't like doing that.
Right.
I hope that's okay.
Yeah, well,
and they're like,
reasonable.
okay. And I said, what's your name, though? And she's like, Janet. And I go, hi, Janet, I'm Louie. Hi. Hey, guys, I'm sorry, but thank you.
Yeah.
And then I walk away, and then I see the two women give their camera to some guy to take their picture
Yeah.
with each other. And so,
Well, that's not right.
no. And so I look at this story from their point of view. They want a picture of themselves, and they go to a random stranger, could you take our picture for us? Oh, you know, I just don't like doing that. I'm really sorry, but what's your name? What a creep. What a gross creep.
Something very wrong. Once
Really
again,
wrong
it's
with
all
that.
your fault. Sure.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
But I was watching Schindler's List, and this moment happened that it just stuck with me. It's a scene where all the Jews are being thrown out of Warsaw, and it's very sad. And they're going down the street, and there's these Polish people that aren't Jewish watching them leave.
Right.
And one of them is a little girl, and she's about 7 years old, and she's on a mailbox, and she's very cute, and she's yelling, "Goodbye, Jews! Goodbye, Jews!" And this really left an impression on me, and probably on the Jews that she was yelling at, too. Because I think it's real. I
It's
think
a very
that happened.
powerful moment, yeah.
Yes, and I think it probably really happened, and somebody told Spielberg about that, and he was like, we're doing that in the movie. So he made that scene, which means he had to find a little girl to play that little girl. He had to find a little cute girl who could yell, "Goodbye, Jews!" at grown-ups.
Right.
And that's a really... And I know how movies are made, so I know somewhere there's a tape of like 50 little girls all trying really hard, trying to get the "Goodbye, Jews" part.
Right.
And they're all adorable.
They're
Yeah, or some of them aren't so good at it. Yeah.
Because there's no kid actors that are like, you know, Sean Penn, can I work from within? They're all adorable. They're all cute.
Right.
There's a tape somewhere of little girls. Hi, my name is Anne Marie, and I'm with William Morris. Goodbye, Jews. Goodbye, Jews. Anne Marie, we need a little more anger. Oh, I'm sorry. Goodbye, Jews. Okay, next. And there's another girl. Goodbye, Jews. Goodbye, Jews. Okay, next. And then comes the girl who's amazing, and her mother has prepared her for months. She knows how to walk in the room. Hi, my name is Louise, and I am really happy to meet you. The sun will come out tomorrow. We just need the line, actually. Oh, I'm sorry. Goodbye, Jews! Goodbye, Jews! Yeah. And there's a new thing, the cloud. They want you to go to the cloud. And they're selling it as a great idea. You don't need your stuff, just give it to us and we'll keep it on the cloud. It's fine, you don't have to, and you're like, really, but those are my pictures and we'll keep it on the cloud. You pay a little rent to have it up on the cloud. And the way they're gonna talk you into this is that you get to have a smaller device, because you don't need to keep the stuff on it. You understand? Right. That's why, okay, like this, somebody gave me this iPhone. This is what an iPhone is right now, okay? Now, it's gonna, when they tell you you want to keep it on the cloud, they're gonna say, this is the iPhone now. The next iPhone is just gonna be this. It's just gonna be this, and it's just gonna be this thing, because you need this to store all your movies and stuff on. But you're just gonna have this, and you just rub and go, ooh, I want to see Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise will be all around your face, and then you want to see, you know, Selma Hayek, and then you take it and you that's how it's gonna work.
I'll give you $10,000 for that thing right now.
Some parents really struggle with, like, all the other kids have the terrible thing, so my kid has to. Yeah, let your kid go and be a better example to the kids. Just because the other stupid kids have phones doesn't mean that, okay, well, my kid has to be stupid, otherwise she'll feel weird.
Right.
You know, I think these things are toxic. I don't, especially for kids. It's just this thing. It's bad, and they don't look at people when they talk to them, and they don't build empathy. You know, kids are mean, and it's because they're trying it out. They look at a kid and they go, "You're fat," and then they see the kid's face scrunch up and they go, "Ooh, that doesn't feel good to make a person do that."
Right.
But they got to start with doing the mean thing. But when they write "you're fat," then they just go, that was fun. I like that.
So that tasted good.
Let me ask you a question, and it's specifically about breakfast. I have this conversation with my son, who is 10, who is, I guess, right between the ages of your daughters. And it goes like this. Well, what would you like for breakfast? I'm not hungry. Well, yeah, but let's just say you were. How about bacon? No. How about eggs? No. Pancakes? No. And so we go through every imaginable form of consumable human food, none of which interests the kid. And then, so now we go back and we start over. And it's clear that he has decided on his side he's going to say no to everything I come up with. But yet, they have to eat.
Yes, they do, but why?
What do you do at
Why
that
are you
point?
asking him what he wants? I mean, you're asking him to decide where everything's headed. And look, I know why you're asking. I get it. But the thing is, you're saying if he doesn't decide what he wants, he won't eat.
So I'm already behind the 8 ball.
That's never going to be his...
So with your girls, you just put the food in front of them.
I go, here's what we're having.
Here's what we're having.
I don't want that. And I go, all right, what do you want then?
Well, how are your children doing? Are they all right? How are they?
My kids are good.
Yeah.
I mean, on paper, they're great. They're 2 little white girls in America.
Right.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
Sometimes I look at it that way. I look at them, I'm like, you can't say anything.
Yeah.
You're doing awesome.
Right.
Just boilerplate, great lives. I gave my daughter medicine the other day, and it was bubblegum flavored, so that she'll take it.
Bubblegum flavored medicine?
Yeah, you get like Tylenol, it's bubblegum flavored.
Oh, it's not methadone or anything. It's
No, it's bubblegum flavored. I give her, she got a fever, Tylenol, bubblegum flavor, and she goes, ew. I'm like, you ew. You can't say ew. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guess
It's medicine.
it's medicine, right, exactly.
It's medicine. Most children don't have medicine.
Right.
Most children in the world, they get sick, they die on a rock with a bear eating them. That's how they handle it.
Right.
And, he's got a sniffle, ring the bear bell and put him outside, whatever they do. You're a little white girl in America. You wear clothes made by children your age professionally. You don't get to say ew about your bubblegum medicine.
I never heard of bubblegum medicine.
Well,
you got the holidays coming up. Are you doing any plans?
no,
you seem like a very holiday guy.
I just want to say I'm not trying to say that if you're white, you can't complain.
Right.
I'm just saying that if you're black, you get to complain more.
Right.
Because you can't. There you go.
Don't tell the band that. Yeah.
Do you feel that we now, in the 21st century, we take technology for granted?
Well, yeah, because now we live in an amazing, amazing world, and it's wasted on the crappiest generation of just spoiled idiots that don't care, because this is what people are like now. They got their phone, and they're like, it won't. Give it a second. It's going to space. Can you give it a second to get back from space? Is the speed of light too slow for you? Yeah. I was on an airplane and there was internet, high speed
That's
Yes.
the newest thing that I know exists. And I'm sitting on the plane, and they go, open up your laptop. You can go on the internet. And it's fast, and I'm watching YouTube clips. I'm in an airplane. And then it breaks down. And they apologize. The internet's not working. The guy next to me goes, this is bull. Like how quickly the world owes him something he knew existed only 10 seconds ago.
Right.
And on planes...
I know you know, and I know you've told your kids, honesty is its own reward.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, here's the thing about lying is that I don't think you should do it, but I get it. That's how I feel about it. I get it.
Right.
Because kids lie because they're in trouble. You know, if you're in trouble as a kid, it's too much. You can't take it.
You're worried.
You know, yeah, kids don't lie for some weird Machiavellian, they're not like, you know what my teacher said about you? It's interesting. You know, they're not trying to start something.
No.
It's because somebody was like, did you take the chocolate? And they're terrified.
Yeah.
Terrified.
Yeah.
If you're in trouble, you don't care. You're a grown up. You just go, oh, sorry. Right?
Well, again, I've been in trouble, and that didn't work. And I tried it. I said it just like that. Sorry.
I try to go to movies, but movies are all shit now. They're all shit. Like they just have this machine that just makes shit. I rented a movie. I rented the Jesus movie where they beat the shit out of Jesus for a couple hours. Wow, they kicked his ass. What happened? What, did he key somebody's Camaro? What did the guy do? Look, I didn't like the Jesus movie. I thought it was a shitty movie. And people get offended when you tell them that, like you're saying something wrong. It's like, I thought the Jesus movie sucked. And they're like, hey, man. Like, what? He's not in it. Who gives a shit? Like Jesus cares about Mel Gibson's movie, you know? Look, I was raised Catholic, so I know he did that for me, and I appreciate it, you know, thank you. He should have asked first, you know. I would have said, I'm all set, I don't need that done, because a little presumptuous. Only because, look, here's the thing. I was raised Catholic, and I'm not anymore, because if they're right, I am fucked. I'm going to hell, I am. Because I'm really I do wrong shit a lot. Man, I'm going to hell, I know it, and I don't want to go to hell, and really because I don't like new places. That's really the reason, because I'm afraid I'll go to hell, I won't know where to sign up for shit, I'll be all confused, like the first day of school, you know? I wonder, is there like a schedule to hell? How organized is your damnation? Like, first they put you in one room and some monster fucks you up the ass for 1,000 years. You come out, you're like, well, I ain't fucking around in there, I tell you. I don't recommend that room. That was a drag. Then they take you and they put you in another room and they shit on your head. I don't know what the fuck they're doing out there, but what if hell's not like that? What if I'm just standing in a hallway in hell, like, what do I do? Where do I go? Some demon walks up to me, hey, and I'm like, demon. And the demon's like, come on, suck my dick. Ah! Now I'm blowing a demon in hell, and it's horrible. And I'm thinking I shouldn't have lied so much or whatever. But here's my question. What if when I'm done blowing the demon in the hallway? How do you know when you're done blowing a demon in the hallway? I guess when he comes fire ants on you, whatever. When I'm done blowing the demon in the hallway, What if some guy in charge of hell walks up to me and goes, hey man, you didn't have to blow that guy, you know? He just hangs out here. He's not part of your damnation or anything. What did you blow him for? I just assumed you're supposed to blow people. He said, suck my dick, so So say no. What's so hard about that? Jesus. Look, man, you better pace yourself. You're down here forever. You're gonna blow a lot of demons and elephants, all kinds of shit. Don't be freelancing in the hallways, for Christ's sakes. We're a family. We have a kid. That changes everything. That's the whole thing. The kid is everything. Marriage is nothing. Without a kid, marriage is dating. It doesn't mean shit. And you don't realize it until you have a kid. Here's what happens. When you get married, you go, holy shit, I can't leave now. I mean, I wasn't thinking of leaving, but now I really can't leave. Then you have a kid and you go, holy shit, I could have left. I totally could have left. Fucking door was right there. Now I can't go. I got a kid now. I've been divorced for 5 years, and it's been the best part of my life, being divorced. Easily my favorite part of my life. I love being divorced. Every year has been better than the last. And it's the only time I can say that about. And by the way, I'm not saying don't get married. If you meet somebody, fall in love and get married, and then get divorced, because that's the best part. It's the best part. Marriage is just like a larva stage for true happiness, which is divorce, because you just let go and everything's fine now. Divorce is forever. It really actually is. Marriage is for how long you can hack it. But divorce just gets stronger like a piece of oak. Nobody ever says, oh, my divorce is falling apart, it's over, I can't take it. And again, if you're in a good marriage, stay in it. If you're in the best marriage ever, stay in it. I'm just saying, if you got out, it would be better. That's just a fact. I'm sorry, but it's true. Everything's better. My ex-wife and I, this is the best part of our knowing each other. We're good co-parents because we live apart and we're friends. Our kids go to her half the week, they come to me half the week. And I'm a good father. I'm an attentive, focused, and responsible father. Do you know why? Because I get to say goodbye to these kids every week. Are you shitting me? It's like every parent's fantasy. Who can't be a good father for half of every week? No matter how bad it gets, every Wednesday I get to go, goodbye, girls. Daddy's gonna go upstairs and pour whiskey all over his naked body right now. I'm gonna lay in my own filth until 2 seconds before you come back here. That's why I'm such a good dad.
Wait, I noticed that not too long ago you got a Twitter page, and I've known you for a long time. I didn't know that you were into social media. Are you? Are you that interested in it?
Well, I kind of hate it. I think it's awful, and I have Twitter so that I can just tell people what I want them to buy and give me money. I don't care. People get mad at me because I don't follow anybody. I 0 people that I follow, and people are like, "You're an arrogant prick." Like, I get really angry.
People get mad at you for that.
How dare you not follow? But why do they care? It doesn't, it's like a piece of cake going, come on, man, what, I'm right here, why aren't you eating me? Like, why do they give a shit? I'm sorry I'm on television, but I think it's bad. I think that you shouldn't just do everything that's available to do isn't a good idea. There's a culture right now that as soon as hey, you get to do that, I'm gonna do it! There's no sort of like, maybe that's not just the constant, nobody takes in life unless it comes through this.
Yes.
Like, whenever I see a televised event that's a huge, like the Olympics opening ceremony or a Times Square at midnight on New Year's Eve, everybody, they see seas of people all looking at it through their phone. Yeah. Like, there's explosions and acrobats, but they're looking at it through a little 3-inch screen. Like, I think if Jesus comes back, and starts telling everyone everything, everybody's just going to be twittering, and they won't be like, I am Christ and I have returned. Oh my God, Jesus is right in front of me right now. I swear to God. But this is, I'm now going to impart to you, I have a twit pic of Jesus. Oh my God, he's trending. Jesus is trending right now. Okay.
You don't have any idea what
Can you just look at me for a second?
I was in Florida recently. I don't like Florida at all. That's a shit state full of shit people. That's what I think. I hate Florida. I hate it. I hate the whole thing. The entire... It doesn't look like a dick. People say that. It looks like a shit coming out. If you look at it, it's like America's ass. And it's a shit that's just, that you're trying to... And there's a little... Cuba's like a little... that came first. That's what I think of Florida. Every time there's a hurricane, I'm like, yeah, get them all, Melissa. No, I don't mean any of that. It's just fun. I was in a sushi restaurant in Florida, and it was empty. You ever go in a restaurant and it's open, but you're literally the only person in there. You walk in, the staff is like sitting at the tables, you know, and you walk in, you're like, are you open? They're like, yeah, and so you go, oh, good, and they're like, oh. We gotta fire up the whole fucking restaurant for this one guy now? So I ordered a lot of sushi because I felt bad for wasting their time, and I didn't eat most of it because I don't like sushi. And so the waitress comes over, she's Japanese, and she says, you know Finnish? Which is what she said. It's just what she said. I'm not gonna change what she fucking said. I'm not going to lie to you and say that she said, you're not going to finish that, because it doesn't happen to be what she said. And I have to do the accent, because it's weird if I tell you that she said, you know Finnish? So I'm stuck. She said, you know Finnish? Do you know Finnish? It's exactly what she said. It's a perfect replica. And I said, no, I know Finnish. Because I think that's polite. To repeat people's bad English to them. Otherwise you're being a dick. It's like, you know Finnish? No, I am not going to finish. You left out a lot of words. I took the liberty of restoring them. It's a weird selection process that we have. Dating really is how we evolve, is dating. It's how we choose each other. And dating is a real drag for a lot of people, but I always think it's a nice thing. You know, when I see a date, I'm always happy. When I see a couple on a date, because it means people are still trying, you know? You see a couple on a date, it means there's still courage out there. That takes courage to go on a date, for both sides. Two very different kinds of courage. The male courage, traditionally speaking, is that he decided to ask. He went up to a random woman who he has no idea if she's going to like him or not, and he walked up to her, terrifying. Everything in your body's telling you, just go the fuck home and jerk off. Don't do this. But he walked up and said, hi, yes. And she's like, no, give me a second. You try to get through this membrane of, you know, and then if it works and you say, you want to go out sometime? Sometimes she'll say yes. And if she says yes, that's her courage. And the courage it takes for a woman to say yes is beyond anything I can imagine. A woman saying yes to a date with a man is literally insane and ill-advised. And the whole species' existence counts on them doing it. And I don't know how do women still go out with guys? When you consider the fact that there is no greater threat to women than men. We're the #1 threat to women. Globally and historically, we're the #1 cause of injury and mayhem to women. We're the worst thing that ever happens to them. That's true. You know what our #1 threat is? Heart disease. That's the whole thing. That's it. Just our own heart going, dude, you can't keep doing this. I told you 3 strokes ago that this is not smart. But women still think, yeah, I'll go out with you alone at night. What are you, nuts? I'll get in your car with you with my little shoulders. Hi, where are we going? To your death, statistically. How do they still do it? If you're a guy, try to imagine that you could only date a half bear, half lion. And you're like, oh, I hope this one's nice. I hope he doesn't do what he's going to do. I love when I see a date. You know, when you see a date, you can tell it's the first date because the way they're walking together, and she's looking up at his face, trying to figure him out, and he's just a mess. A guy in a first date he has no actual personality. He's just a mishmash of different kinds of dudes for a couple of seconds each. Just anything. No cohesive, just like a ransom note cut out of a lot of magazines. Just, yeah, yes, I think so too. Whatever, just like a blind dick in space, just thrusting in infinite directions, hoping to find pay dirt at some place. And then sometimes you see a date that's later down the line and something has happened. There's something that happens in a date that I never get to witness because women do this. They get to do it inside. They get to just decide quietly, I'm going to let him fuck me. They just get to decide. Something he says, and she's like, that was good, he's going to fuck me later. And he has no idea. He's still like trying all this shit. He still has no idea he's already in there.
Some parents really struggle with, like, all the other kids have the terrible thing, so my kid has to. Yeah, let your kid go and be a better example to the kids. Just because the other stupid kids have phones doesn't mean that, okay, well, my kid has to be stupid, otherwise she'll feel weird.
Right.
You know, I think these things are toxic. I don't, especially for kids. It's just this thing. It's bad, and
right.
they don't look at people when they talk to them, and they don't build the empathy. You know, kids are mean, and it's because they're trying it out. They look at a kid and they go, "You're fat," and then they see the kid's face scrunch up, and they go, "Ooh, that doesn't feel good to make a person do that."
Right.
But they got to start with doing the mean thing. But when they write "you're fat," then they just go, that was fun. I like that." So
That tasted good.
yeah, exactly. The thing is, you need to build an ability to just be yourself and not be doing something. That's what the phones
Yes.
are taking away.
Yes.
Is the ability to just sit there, like this. That's being a person, right?
Yes.
No one can. You gotta check, because underneath everything in your life, there's that thing, that empty, forever empty. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Yes,
Just
I know what you're talking
that
about.
knowledge that it's all for nothing and you're alone. You know, it's down there. And sometimes when things clear away, you're not watching it, you're in your car and you start going, oh no, here it comes that I am alone. Like it starts to visit on you. You know, just the sadness.
Yes.
Life is tremendously sad just by, being in it. And so you're driving, and then you go, that's why we text and drive. I look around, pretty much 100% of people driving are texting.
Yes.
And they're killing, everybody's murdering each other with their cars.
Yes.
But people are willing to risk taking a life and ruining their own because they don't want to be alone for a second. Because it's so hard. I was in my car one time, and a Bruce Springsteen song comes on. And it made me really sad. It's like Jungle, what's the Jungle song?
Jungleland.
This one where he goes, and he sounds far away. You know, it's like,
That's half. Wait. That's half of them.
Yeah, a lot of them.
No, he goes.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really far away sounding.
Yeah.
Can you do it with the reverb? Can you do it? No, they're not doing it.
They're not. I was trying to tell you.
So,
Like that?
yeah. Except for it was Springsteen. If it was you doing that, I would have been like, what the hell is that in my radio? Springsteen.
I did it just the same
Yes.
as Bruce.
And I heard it, and it gave me kind of like a fall back to school depression feeling. It made me really sad.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, I'm getting sad. I got to get the phone and write hi to like 50 people. And then, somebody cool writes back, and then somebody not as cool writes after, and I'm like, oh, you, I'm not going to... I got somebody better. But,
Hey, how come you didn't answer my text?
Speaking of which.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he wrote first. That's right. So, anyway, I started to get that sad feeling, and I was reaching for the phone. Then I said, "You know what? Don't. Just be sad. Just let the sadness just stand in the way of it, and let it hit you like a truck." And I let it come and bruise, and I just started to feel, oh my God. And I pulled over, and I just cried like a bitch. I cried so much. And it was beautiful. It was like this beautiful, it's just this, sadness is poetic. You're lucky to live sad moments. And then I had happy feelings because when you let yourself feel sad,
yes,
your body has like antibodies. It has happiness that comes
rushing in
to meet the sadness. So I was grateful to feel sad, and then I met it with true, profound happiness. It was such a trip, and the thing is, because we don't want that first bit of sad, we push it away with like a little phone for the food, and you get a little kind of... You never feel completely sad or completely happy. You just feel kind of satisfied with your product.
Yes.
And then you die. So that's why I don't want to get a phone from my kids. That's what
I remember one time I was with a friend of mine who lives in New York also, and we went to pick up his cousin. She lived on a farm in New Hampshire her whole life. Her family was this weird family that kept their kids on a farm. Anyway, her parents finally died, so she got to leave. And so she came down to visit her cousin, my friend, in the city. And so we picked her up at Port Authority bus station. She had never been to any city before, and we're picking her up at the Port Authority, that smelly hole of a place. And we pick her up there, and she's just freaking out at New York. She's never seen anything like it. And we pass this homeless guy, and she sees him. I mean, we all passed him, but she saw him. She's the only one who actually saw him. We didn't. Me and her cousin were like, so he's supposed to be there. So it's a perfectly good reason why that's not me and it's him. It's all the right people always win. I'm sure of it. But so there he is, and this dude was particularly homeless. He was one of those high-octane homeless, smelly, just piss smell. The unbelievable piss smell. So he was piss. He didn't just smell like piss. He was. When you piss, he comes out. That's how much. It's just this dude with garbage all over him. I don't know if he had gathered it for warmth, or folks just went ugh all day. And he had dreadlocks. Not hacky sack, cool guy, medical marijuana dreadlocks. Just human neglect clumps of hair. A clump of hair for every year that no one knew his name or cared. Yeah, that's what you've been laughing at for the last 10 minutes. That's how bad it was. And again, me and my friend were just like, meh. His cousin immediately just she's like, oh my God, she takes a knee. That's how, I'm not even taking a real knee now. That's how little I give a shit about the guy. He's not even here and I'm still like, meh, yeah, it's close enough. She goes, oh my God, sir, are you okay? What happened? What happened? America happened. What do you mean, what happened? So she's down there, sir, can we call someone? And me and my friend, we're from New York, this is the crazy part. We immediately go to her, oh, no, honey, don't, We start correcting her behavior like she's doing something wrong. She's like, why, is he okay? No, he needs you desperately. That's not the point. We just don't do that here. You silly country girl. It's amazing how entitled people think they are. People really think that they have shit coming to them, And people think nothing bad should ever happen to them. For some reason, you shouldn't even have accidents happen to you. I was in a restaurant the other day. This guy, the waiter spilled some stuff on his coat, and he did that thing we all do now when we get stuff spilled. He was like, what is the meaning of this? Just so outraged. Do you know who I am? Yeah, you're the asshole who was sitting there when that happened. So what? Maybe you'll get hit by a car someday. Nobody gives a shit. You're not entitled to anything in this world. You have to realize that from the moment you're born, from the moment the last of your body leaves your mother's vagina, from the moment that your foot stops touching your mother's vagina for the last time, hopefully, unless you later kick your mother in the vagina, which you should not do. Just my opinion, but you should not. There are very few legitimate reasons to kick your mother in the vagina. There's 7 of them, actually. But I'm not going to tell you what they are, because you'll... I know what you'll do. I don't know. I'm supposed to give my kids values. I don't have any of those. I used to, but they're melting away. They finally are. You know, you get instilled with values by your parents and by school, whatever else. You know, society teaches you things, teaches you how to be a good person. But you ever feel for your real values inside? Like who you would be if you had no guidance? Like, I think about that sometimes. Like, what are the things I believe in my marrow that I can't really, that had to be shaved away? They're coming back now. Like, here's one. I really, somewhere deep down, I believe that if you murder somebody and you never get caught, it's fine. You kind of didn't do anything wrong. Here's another one. Another thing I believe, deep down again, is that gay people should stop doing that. Because, and not for any moral or societal reason, I don't give a shit. I have gay friends. That's love. You should respect what they want to do with their lives. But they're doing it wrong. It's not supposed to be 2 vaginas smushed together. It doesn't make any sense. It's like 2 buckets and you hold the openings against each other. There's nothing being accomplished. You need to put a thing in a thing, otherwise what are you doing? I mean, gay guys, I get it, because they're putting a dick in a place. In an ass of a man, which, by the way, what better place to put a dick than a man's ass? It's perfect. Even a vagina is awkward. You have to go up and in, and you have to kind of, or she has to splay herself, and you have to go like this. It just looks weird, even. But a guy, you just walk up to him, and your dick's in his ass. That's it. You just walk up behind him. And it's that simple. Just, I'm gay. That's it. You just walk up, you're gay. And then somebody goes into you. That's how we were packed originally, to save space. But the 2 holes bump. What the hell are you doing? It's wrong. Not morally, just geometrically. I think there's a hell, and I think I'm going. And like a friend of mine was telling me about how he had sex with a hooker, and it turned out to be a guy. And it was like a horrible thing for him, and he had to get over it with therapy. And as I'm listening to this, I realized, shit, that happened to me too. And the upsetting part of it wasn't that it happened, but that I had forgotten. This wasn't like a landmark in my life like it was for him. I was like, oh yeah, no shit, I f***ed a guy once back in Montreal. I forgot about that. Yeah, I remember learning. Then that dude is an asshole, which I know is not a popular belief, but I do think he's an asshole. Because every story, Abraham, he went to Abraham in the middle of the night. There's only like 8 guys then, and God would just, once in a while, he'd just bother one of them. So, God went to Abraham's house, and he's like, Abraham! Wake up, man! And Abraham was like, dude, what is up? What is up? And God goes, kill your son. Dude, kill your son. And Abraham's like, you mean Isaac? I don't know his name. Just kill him. Just kill him. I'm God. Kill him. And Abraham goes, why? Because you don't love me if you don't do it. You know, love me. Do it! So Abraham's like, dude, you are insecure. I don't understand you. But okay, fine. Goes, wakes up Isaac, takes him to a mountain somewhere. I don't know why I had to be all drama queen about it and take him to a mountain. Could have just killed him in his sleep and go back to sleep. But he took him woke the poor kid up, dressed him, took him to a mountain. Kid's like, Daddy, what are we doing? Oh, just gonna murder you. Goes like this. God shows up right before he does it. Goes, hey, what are you doing? This is in the Bible, I swear to God. Isaac and Abraham goes, I'm killing Isaac. And God's like, why would you? That's your kid. What is wrong with you? And he's like, And he just went home feeling like a piece of shit. That God is like a shitty girlfriend. You won't do it because you don't love me. Okay, I'll do it. Why are you doing it? What the do you want from me? But that's a sin, to say the Lord's name in vain. But you don't even have to say something that terrible. You can go to hell just for saying Jesus Christ with a tone in your voice. It's all the tone in your voice. That's the weird part. It's very subtle sin, because you can say, Jesus Christ, you're fine. But if you say, Jesus Christ, you go to hell forever. Just for saying it like that. There must be at least one dude who was right on the line. Who was like, Jesus Christ. And then he was in hell. He's like, seriously? For that? That's it? Seriously? It was a huge pumpkin. What was I going to not say anything? It's one of the top 10 commandments. It's in the 10 commandments to not take the Lord's name in vain. Rape isn't up there, by the way. Rape is not a 10 commandment. But don't say the dude's name with a shitty attitude. I think it's so unfair, though, to send people to hell for saying Jesus Christ, because it's just too satisfying. I don't know why that is, but it just feels good. Oh, Jesus Christ! It just feels good. It cleans you out. I don't know why. Whether you're angry or in pain or having sex or all three at the same time. What did folks say before that dude? How did anybody express themselves in a big moment before Jesus? Even the people that knew him. How did the people watching him be crucified, what could they even say watching that happen? They're like, that is bananas.
Where you are, I mean, I'm 40 now, and that's, I'm 40. I'm half dead, basically. 40's a weird age. You get to this point where, like, you're not old enough for anybody to give a shit that you're old. Nobody's like, I helped a 40-year-old guy today, and it felt really good to do something for him. Nobody spends their holidays delivering hot meals to 40-year-olds. And you're not young enough for anybody to ever be proud of you or impressed. They're just like, yeah, do your job, asshole. Nobody cares. And the world looks at you like, when you're 40, if you go to the doctor, guess what? They don't try to fix anything anymore. They stop trying to fix shit. When you get to be 40, they just go, yeah, it starts to happen. They don't care. I went to the doctor because my ankle hurt, right? Now, if you're 20 and you have a bad shoulder, the doctor will reconstruct your shoulder through miracles of modern science. He'll take your ear and make a shoulder out of it. It's weird. But when you're 40, they just give you no options. They don't care. I went because my ankle, like I was limping for like a month out of nowhere. And the doctor, he brings me and he shows me an x-ray of my ankle. He's like, yeah, your ankle's just worn out. What do you mean, I injured my ankle? He's like, no, it's just shitty now. See that dark area? Ugh, it's all hardened. Yeah, they get like that. And they're not good anymore. So just goodbye? Nothing? Is there nothing? Nothing? There's no, it's like an incurable shitty ankle. That's it. And he goes, well, there's things you can do. You can stretch. For a half hour a day, you should stretch your ankle. I was like, how long will that take to fix it? He's like, no, you just do that now. That's just a new thing you do until you and your shitty ankle both die. And he goes, well, you could take a leave. Just take a leave. You could buy it, just take it. And you can take whatever amount. It doesn't matter. Like, don't pay attention to the dosage. Like, really? He's like, yeah, you could take 10 a day. You'd be fine. He said take 10 a leave a day. I said, I heard, doesn't that stuff like hurt your intestines? He goes, oh yeah, it'll do some intestinal damage after a while. But you just got to weigh that against how much you like your ankle not hurting. And at one point I was like, hey, what if I was like an athlete or something. He goes, you're not an athlete. So no to whatever else you were about to say. I have 2 kids. I try to be a better person around my kids. I really do. I try to change my behavior around them. Like, I have rules in my house. They all apply to me. Like, I have a rule that I don't curse around my kids. It's a rule. It does happen. You know, sometimes you have a stressful moment, you're with your kids, so you say something by mistake. Like, one time I was making dinner for my kids, and I gave my daughter a bowl of soup, and I said, here's your fucking soup. But, you can see how that was a tough situation. You're supposed to teach your kids right from wrong. I don't know, it's confusing, you know? Some people raise their kids religiously, and that kind of covers it. They kind of go, all this, do that. I'm not raising my kids religiously, because I don't feel like it. Just get up on a Sunday, fuck that. Fuck that. Let your souls rot, kids. I don't care, I'm not getting... Daddy, who... But my kids, you know, they're living in the world, and there's a lot of religion in the world, so you do have to teach your kids, if you're not raising them religiously, you do have to teach them about religion, you know? I always tell my kids the same thing. I tell them that there are many religions in the world, and they're all equal, but the Christians are the main one. That's what I tell them. The Christians won, they're the winners, so act accordingly. Congratulate Christians when you meet them, because they won the world. And it's true. It's true. We love to tell ourselves, like, every religion is exactly... No, they're not. The Christians won everything a long time ago. If you don't believe me, let me ask you a question. What year is it? I mean, come on. What year is it according to the entire human race? And why? What year is it? Anybody, sir, just yell out the year. Thank you. 2016. No, it's 20. That's right. It's 2017. What is that? That's a important number, because we're counting to it in unison as a species. For thousands of years, we've been going 1, 2, 3. Come on, everybody. 4. And now, come on, Africa. 5, 6. What is this number? We're counting the days since what? Since there was ever people, or since the sun did a something? Not at all. It's been 2017 years since what? Anybody, yell it out. Since, yes, Christ! Christ! That's right. It's been 2017 years since Christ Jesus. We are counting the days since Jesus together. Which makes sense if you're Christian, but what the fuck are the rest of us doing? Jesus was here. Everybody, scientists, historians, Jesus. Jesus. Jesus plus 2. Jesus plus 3. Jesus plus 4. Jesus plus 2017 years, 4 months, and 3 days is when your license expires. How is that not a win for the Christians? How is that not a complete win? That's not a Monday off in October. That's there was no time before Jesus. And the whole world's going, okay,
Sure. And then somebody was like, what about the years before him? There were billions, I mean, infinity. Those go backwards. You want us to measure most of history backwards? To accommodate one religion? Uh-huh. All right, we'll do it. It's fine. We'll do it. Watch New Year's Eve around the world. They always show you like how every country celebrates. It's kind of cool. The first is one little island. It's the first place that's actually the place that it's the year. It's a little island in the Pacific. I forget what it's called, but the people, they do a little ceremony for New Year's Eve every year, and they just wear grass because they don't even have sticks yet. They're in the grass age. They have no clocks, but they do a dance. 2017. And it goes around the world. Oh, it's 2017. Death to all Christians in 2017. The Jews are quietly keeping track. It's really 5,766, but that's for us. We're just, that's okay. We're just keeping track for when you snap out of it. It's all right. I'll write yours on my check. I don't want a problem. What about Chinese New Year? Yeah, what about Chinese? All right. Next time you're doing your taxes, just write monkey where the year goes. Just put monkey. See what happens to your funds. No, it's 2017, year of our Lord. Jesus-y, a clock on the nose. And they made it up. That's the weirdest part, is they got to rename years that had already taken place. Because you know that's not what those years were. You know that, right? That the year 3 wasn't the year 3 during the year 3. Nobody was walking around back then. Hey, what year is it? It's 3. Yeah, but I'm 28. How can I be 28? There's only been 3. Oh, well, see, you were born in BC 24, and there's a 0. Remember it went backwards? Oh, shit, that was stressful. I hated those years. What was that like? What year is it? 10. Gonna happen! So I don't know what to tell my kids. My kids are, they wanted a dog, so I got them a dog. I got them a dog this year, which was a mistake. I shouldn't have gotten the dog. Because we rescued a dog. We got we adopt. Yes, you must, yes, always rescue. If you get a dog, get a rescue dog. Don't get a puppy from those horrible people who professionally raise dogs carefully. No. You need to just get a mystery dog that's been beaten and abused and traumatized on the streets of Puerto Rico and can't talk about it to anyone now. They never know. Do you know anything about the dog? She's afraid of pennies. So we think maybe somebody's been throwing handfuls of pennies at her face. But otherwise, no. So you take this random dog and just put it in your house with your family and watch their personality unfold. This dog is insane. I'll walk into the kitchen and the dog's just standing there alone like this. Like, you all right? Are you all right? My kids are terrified of the dog.
My daughter goes to pet the dog. The dog goes like this. She's like, should I pet her? I don't think you should ever pet our dog, honey. So I took her to the vet. I took the dog to the vet to ask her what to do. And the vet said, listen, I think there's something you should seriously consider. I was like, please be saying to kill this dog. Please be a doctor that says the dog dies now. But she didn't. She said, I think you should consider Prozac for the dog. I was like, really? She said, yeah, it works. Calms the dog right down. But it's a big decision and you should think about it. I said, put 4 in her asshole right now. What do I have to think about? I don't give a shit what she's experiencing. Fucking fix it. Give her heroin. Shoot her up. Come on, puppy. Wow, your dog is really chill. Yeah. It only costs $400 a day to keep her like that. I didn't always feel this way. I used to love animals. I used to worry about animals. Just animals. When I was like 20, are all the doggies okay everywhere? I certainly hope so. But I'm 49 and I got 2 kids now. You know what happens? Your circle of concern tightens. I have 4 nephews. I don't love any of them. Fuck a dog. You know those ads like the PSA on television about abused animals? They show you a dog with like an empty socket and he's like, ooh. They're always wet. I feel like they hose them down before they film them. And the voice comes on, look at these dogs. Please send us money so that this can stop. Are you beating up the dogs? How's my money fixing that? You ever seen that PSA where they show you a really sad man? He's very upset, very sad man. He's holding a little sign, and it says, yeah, sure. And he says, this is the text that killed my daughter. Because somebody texted, yeah, sure, and ran over his kid, which is awful. Although maybe they were responding to a text that said, can you please kill that kid? And so they just wrote back and did it.